No, she's not falling off the couch. There's no thuds. There's none of that.
She fell off the bed yesterday.
Hey. What the heck, guys? Hey, hold on.
So CPS is finally involved in the resilient Jenkins case. Thank you, Jesus. Cause what the from sleeping in the kitchen next to the dishes to going to hotel to hotel, damn near sleeping in the car. Baby's over there falling off the bed and some more shit, having brain injuries, having to be rushed to the hospital 3 and 4 times and shit like that right there. So allegedly, according to Maddie, I think Maddie, one of the children or whatever, blasted their ass online because they tried to get up there and lie and try to say that the baby didn't fall and it wasn't no injuries and stuff like that right there. Oops, got him. And I hope the little baby didn't get in trouble for blasting that and putting it all on the internet, but that's what y'all get for trying to go live. I've been said they dad was abusive. From having bunk beds in the motherfucking kitchen, from them not having a room, for them having dog plaything for a baby. I've been said that one. Now the baby mysteriously falling off the bed and then you breastfeeding, but you let him take the baby to the doctor. At least she's still married to somebody. I don't know what's going on. There's too much going on over there. But CPS is involved.
I think she's about to get hungry again. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers in the comments as well. And thank you. Oh, don't worry. It landed face up. I think I'm gonna get going so I can get Momo fed.
Okay, girl, hi! Real quick before we dive in, where are you watching from right now and what time is it there? Drop it in the comments. I'm nosy like that. And if you're new here or you just keep forgetting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and a little bell so you never miss the tea, okay? Love you. Let's get into it. So, y'all, I'm actually kind of stressed even talking about this because it involves a literal infant and it's giving me the ick in ways I can't even explain. The resilient Jenkins baby, Miss Stephanie and Drew's newest little girl, is apparently back in the hospital for the second night in a row because of another alleged seizure. And the very first thing Stephanie does? Jumps on Facebook. Not to privately text family, not to just pray in peace. No, she posts a public update that says, "Headed back to the hospital with baby girl. Keep us in your prayers." And then, of course, throws in the little reminder, "Our experience is not your content." Girl, the irony is screaming. Meanwhile, Drew is over on TikTok Live, literally in the middle of all this chaos, just chatting away like it's another Tuesday. And both of them have been pumping out videos about it. Stephanie filmed herself crying, explaining the first seizure, saying Drew was the one who rushed the baby to the ER while she stayed back at the motel with the other kids.
If my baby had a seizure, I would not be on this app trying to get attention from strangers. If my baby was actively on the way to the hospital, the last thing that I would be fucking doing is making a video. I would be in that ambulance on the way with my child to the hospital. But no, while your baby is being hauled away by an ambulance on the way to the hospital, you then, step 1, set your phone up. Step 2, hit record. And step 3, then start yelling at your phone. Oh, but we ain't done yet. Step 4, okay? Step 4. Then you're uploading all of this onto the internet. So you done went through 4 different steps to get attention from strangers online instead of being there for your child. And then to make matters worse, you literally, quite literally blame the internet for you not being there with your baby. Ugh.
And I'm sitting here like, okay, I get that somebody has to stay with the siblings. I do. But why is it always the mom who stays behind when it's a breastfeeding newborn? Like every single mom I know would be glued to that hospital bed. I'm not trying to mom shame anybody, but it just feels off, you know? Anyway, fast forward a tiny bit, and now the baby is allegedly seizing again. Back in the hospital for night number 2, and Drew is still live on TikTok. And y'all, one of the older kids, I think it's Addie, straight up says on the live, clear as day, she's not falling off the couch, there's no thuds, none of that. And then Drew is like, hey, what the heck, guys? And mutes the whole thing real quick. So now the story we're getting in pieces is that this poor baby supposedly fell off the bed or the couch, depending on which live clip you catch, and that's what triggered the second seizure the very next day.
Stephanie from the Resilient Jenkins baby is back in the hospital again for the second night in a row from an alleged seizure. And the first thing that she thought to do was to get onto Facebook and update everybody. Posted this over on FB, headed back to the hospital with baby girl, keep us in your prayers. Reminder, our experience is not your content. Meanwhile, Drew is on a TikTok live talking about this right now. I do find it quite interesting that both Stephanie and Drew have done nothing but post content about this. Drew posted a video about it, and then of course Stephanie recorded a video talking about the first seizure in which she explains to us that Drew is the one that took and went to the hospital with the baby while she stayed at home with the kid.
Wait, hold up. Earlier, Stephanie had posted being all sad that she couldn't be at the hospital the first night because she had to stay at the motel with the other kids. But then in another part of Drew's live, he casually mentions that Stephanie did actually go to the hospital on Tuesday too. So, which is it? Because the stories keep shifting a little every time they talk, and I'm over here trying to keep up like it's a soap opera. And look, Stephanie has said both she and Drew have seizures that run in their families, so they're supposedly super aware of how to handle it and support the baby, blah blah. Cool. I hope that's true. But then, radio silence. After all the filming, all the updating, all the lives, nothing. No new updates on the baby, no, she's stable, no, we're home, nothing. Stephanie just went right back to posting her regular dancing videos or whatever like nothing happened. And usually she is so quick to clap back at anyone who even breathes wrong in her direction. But suddenly crickets? That's raising eyebrows, okay?
Good morning. Okay, Stephanie Jenkins. Lord be with me so that I'm not mean. Thank you. Okay, listen here. I'm not going to sit here and say that the seizure that her baby had is directly her fault. We all know that there are things that happen to children that are not the parent's fault. And I know, for one, I've gone down this rabbit hole of medical kidnapping. And oh my God, the amount of good parents that literally are bringing their children to the hospital for something wrong with them and then not leaving with their children because the hospital has made false allegations. Why does that not happen to people like Stephanie Jenkins and Drew? Because the people that are bringing their children to the hospital have homes, have cars, have jobs, have no records, have no drug use records, and they are literally having to fight in court and spend all their money to get their children back for no reason. So let me get this straight. Okay, so the state wants to kidnap the kids with parents that actually have money. They don't want to kidnap Stephanie and Drew's, right? Because they live off the state. Y'all are telling on yourselves, CPS. Yeah, you are. And hospitals. There's no money to be made by Stephanie and Drew. So they get to keep their kids and abuse them? This is the world we live in. This literally is the world we live in. Open your eyes, everyone.
Oh, and allegedly, someone was concerned enough after both incidents that they actually picked up the phone and called CPS and law enforcement. I don't know if anything came of it, I'm not saying that, but the fact that people felt the need to do that says a lot. Here's the thing that's really sticking in my brain. This is a very young baby. Like, can't even hold her head up steady yet young. There is zero reason for her to be up on a couch or a bed unsupervised, long enough to fall and hit her head hard enough to seize not once, but twice in 48 hours. Pack and plays exist, bassinets exist, the floor with a blanket exists. There are options. And I'm not trying to act like I've never had a kid roll off something for half a second, because kids are fast. But twice in 2 days? With seizures both times? It's just a lot.
Good afternoon, this is Medic 1317 in route, facility non-emergent at this time. We are coming into a 10-month old female patient. She had a seizure today. Second one of her life. Last one was 2 days ago, seen and evaluated at your facility. Non-febrile seizure, just lasted about 30 seconds or so. She is now post-ictal and sleeping. She has a good strong radial of 114. Her heart rate, good strong heart rate of 118. Her respirations are 28 and on labor chatting at 99 on room air. CVG is 123. No treatment from us at this time, and we're going to be there about 10 to 12. Any questions?
21 transport code 1 Venice.
Code 1 Venice. Code 1.
And can we talk about the living situation for a second? Because I feel like it matters. When Stephanie got pregnant with this baby, they were still crammed into a 1-bedroom apartment, 5 people turning into 6, with the older kids sleeping on the floor in the living room, no mattresses half the time, while mom and dad had the bedroom with the gaming system and everything cozy. Then they upgraded to a motel room, which is where they still are, I believe. And now there's 6 kids total in 1 room. 1 room! I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it. Drew works overnights, which, yeah, that's exhausting. I'm not discounting that. But Stephanie doesn't work outside the home. She makes content, or tries to. And from what everyone says, the only engagement she really gets is negative, because people find her polarizing, we'll say. So if she's home all day, and Drew is either sleeping off overnights or at work, who exactly is watching the baby? Because apparently, cleaning for 2 hours means the baby can just be chilling on the couch? I'm confused.
Welcome back to part 2 of my Thursday cleanup. So if you're new here, we're a family of 7 who currently lives in a motel. So if you go back a few videos on my page, you're going to find the first part of this video where I was discussing how we had a certain person at my kiddo's school who she goes a bit out of line when she speaks to my children. Y'all, so that very day that I posted that video and made that voiceover, my daughter came home again and told me the same freaking teacher brought her into the office and had another conversation with her. And I was like, what did she have to talk to you about this time? She said she honestly had the same conversation with me again. And like, let me tell you something. I got confrontational anxiety because I'll be the type of person that just takes my confrontation a bit too far. Like, you're going to get the fiery ass redhead side of me. So 9 times out of 10, I avoid conversation with people that are spiking some kind of heat in me. You feel me? But that's not beside the point if you're going to sit there and harass my child, because then you kind of deserve that side of me, don't you think? It's looking like a Monday I'm going to have to go up into this school and actually have a conversation face to face with this person. And yes, I was snapping at my kids multiple times throughout this video because they kept fighting while Drew was trying to sleep. Like, they get so freaking loud when they're fighting, I swear. Like, having kids so close to me is just not very weak. But anyways, Besties, if y'all made it this far, I really appreciate you. This was Thursday's cleanup. Drew did Friday's cleanup, and I did Saturday's, which is, for me, it's tonight, and I'm going to finish editing that probably tomorrow.
Like, real talk. And I'm saying this with all the love in the world. If you're too overwhelmed or too tired or too whatever to make sure a newborn isn't repeatedly falling off furniture and ending up in the ER, maybe pump the brakes on adding more kids to the situation. Because this is how people end up with way more children than they can safely supervise, living in motels, filming every emergency for views instead of just handling it privately like most parents would. And the filming is what gets me the most. If my baby was in the hospital fighting for her little life, the last thing on earth I'm doing is setting up ring lights to cry on camera.
The thing about lying is you have to be good at it. Otherwise, it's really hard to keep up with all the lies you've told. And if you're going to get on live and you've got children in the background, kids say the darndest things. And kids are truth tellers. And Drew just found that out firsthand because as he's on live talking about Manovah being rushed to the hospital again, another trip to the ED, he's talking about, no, she didn't fall. I don't think she fell. And Addie's in the background saying, yeah, she fell off the bed yesterday.
There's no thuds. There's none of that.
And if your infant supposedly had a seizure like 2 days ago and then fell off the bed yesterday, where she could incur brain damage, head trauma, why would you not take her back to the ED last night?
I'm not updating Facebook. I'm not going live. I'm not reminding people my trauma isn't content while simultaneously making it content. I'm in the room with my baby, holding her hand, talking to doctors, calling my mom, praying, whatever, not performing it for an audience. The fact that both of them immediately turn emergencies into posts just feels icky. It feels like the views matter more than privacy or healing sometimes, and that's sad. So, Stephanie decided the absolute best way to handle her 10-month-old allegedly having a full-on seizure, was to stay home. Girl. Drew apparently scooped the baby up and took her to the hospital by himself, while Steph stayed back at the motel with the other kids, filming herself ugly crying in the world's grimiest bathroom about how she has no village. And I'm sitting here like, sweetie, you have 6 children. That is the village.
And supposedly Stephanie didn't take her the first time because she can't see at night. I mean, I can't see at night very well either when I'm driving, but like, I'll be damned, I'm still going to the hospital with my kid. This is annoying. If they are lying about it, that's disgusting. That is bad juju, okay? You don't lie about your kid having a seizure. And if they aren't lying, then they're being medically negligent. They did not take her today for a follow-up appointment. They're saying they can't have an EEG because the brain is static. I understand that medical terminology is not everybody's like forte, but that's literally what the EEG is for. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of the neglect that these kids have to go through every day. And I pray to God that DHS actually does something this time because they got a lot of proof for me.
Why are we sending Dad, who works overnights, mind you, alone with a breastfeeding infant who literally cannot speak for herself, while the mom who is attached to this child 24/7 stays behind? Make it make sense. Like, be so for real with me right now. If you're a parent, tell me in the comments. Would you let your partner take your under 1-year-old to the ER alone while you chill back at the motel? Especially when you've spent months telling the internet this baby is never not with me. I'm not buying it. The math is not mathing. And honestly, it's giving red flag energy so loud my Alexa started blinking.
Adult baby just had a t-shirt.
Pookie, why aren't you at the hospital with your baby? I understand that one of the two of you, King Daddy or you, had to stay home. Well, not home, at the motel with the kids. But why didn't he stay at the motel with the older kids and you take the baby to the hospital? That seems like the natural way that it would sort of happen because he doesn't really do anything and it's, you know, your baby and your mom. I don't know. That seems very strange to me. It seems like you intentionally are avoiding the hospital. Did we indulge in some substances maybe right before this happened and then you couldn't go to the hospital, which is why we say stop doing those. Right? 1, it's a waste of money and you have no money. And 2, because of stuff like this, you can't be a parent when you need to be.
People will make the video about anything but what I'm going through.
First of all, why are you even posting this? This is a valid crash out, but like, your baby's in the hospital after having a seizure and you're making a video crying in the bathroom? It's giving Whitney from Real Life of Mormons, where she was dancing in the PICU while her baby was like dying.
I don't get to be there with my baby. I have to stay here to take care of the rest of the kids. I have nobody to call to take the rest of my kids.
But that's what you wanted. You wanted to isolate yourself from everyone. You wanted to choose Drew over everyone else in your life. This is the consequences of your actions.
And then Steph drops this video, y'all know the one, where she's in that dingy bathroom, mascara everywhere, screaming about how people only care that she's wearing a dirty shirt and not about the fact that her baby is in the hospital. And she's like, I don't even like posting this kind of stuff. Girl, stop. You post everything. You post tantrums, you post poop explosions, you post your kids crying because they don't want to be filmed. Let's not act brand new. This is literally your entire brand. Trauma, chaos, and then pray for us in the caption. It's the same cycle every time the views dip. She keeps saying, I have nobody to call. I have to stay with the other kids. Okay, cool. But why not have Drew stay with the 5 older ones while you, the primary caregiver and food source, go with the actual patient? Why is that never the option? And I'm just throwing this out there because apparently we're all thinking it. Is there a reason she didn't want to be in a hospital setting with doctors and nurses who are, mandated reporters? Because the way she avoids medical professionals like the plague unless she's filming it for content is interesting. Very interesting.
I did update the Portland Police Department about Drew's live last night where Bella, you could hear her, like, not as loud, say that Manovah did fall off the couch, and then you can hear Addie speak louder saying that yes, she did fall off the bed last night. So Portland Police Department is aware of that. I did, before Drew's live even happened, I did make a CPS report yesterday, and then I also was instructed by CPS to call the Portland Police Department to do a welfare check, because for CPS it takes them a minute, but for the Portland Police Department, they just like immediately can go and assess the situation. So around like 3 p.m. ish, in this video below, I'll show you the timestamps of when I reported it to the police to do a welfare check, and then you can see when the private number called me.
And look, I don't care how you feel about the parents right now. We can all agree a 10-month-old baby having a seizure is terrifying. So thoughts and prayers to that sweet little girl, period. Now, the internet being the internet, people immediately started connecting dots. Some are saying it could have been a febrile seizure because those are super common at that age, totally possible. Others are side-eyeing the fact that earlier that same day, Stephanie had posted Momo absolutely coated in Nutella, like face, hands, couch, everything. And the baby was running around barefoot near cleaning chemicals and a giant kitchen knife on the floor. Classic resilient Jenkins chaos. And then there's the whole breastfeeding conversation, because Stephanie has been pretty open about gardening. We all know what that means. And people are like, could something have transferred through milk? We don't know. It's all speculation right now. But the questions are loud.
And I do think it's a little odd because at the exact same time that the Portland Police Department on the private number called me back around like 3:30 p.m. if I could recall, that was also literally around the same time frame that Stephanie uploaded that weird short video of her doing her morning routine with tiny small amounts of oatmeal for her kids, and then she's like packing up her stuff to all of a sudden do laundry. I did make the mistake where I at Stephanie in the videos, and then one of you guys commented under the video telling me, hey, remove the @ so she doesn't have a heads up. So I immediately did that, but with the original video where I have like a lot of views, where I originally said that I'm going to file a CPS report, I couldn't really change that. So it is what it is. But I'm not too worried, because even if she wasn't home, I'm pretty sure that they're still going to go and try to have some type of form of contact with her in person. So she can't really dodge the bullet on this, especially if her kids are going to school. And even if she tries to delete like any of her like videos, she can't, and I highly doubt she will, because everything's already online. A lot of people stitched, duetted, the videos and whatnot. This video, I'm going to just include the timestamp of when I called CPS, when I reported the welfare check and updated the police officers yesterday, and then when yesterday the private number as well called me. I'm just going to include this in the video. And then also, after I'm done including that, I'm going to include, I did also the EBT fraud. I did that. I need to do the GoFundMe. I need to report to the IRS. And then I need to report for the driving safe thing as well. So those are 3 more things I need to do. But I will include a screenshot of me reporting it to EBT when I filed it. I made a video, but I'll just screenshot it and include it in this video to make it easier for everybody. But yeah, so and today I called the Portland Police Department. I updated them, about the whole live situation, and the cop did call me back on a private number.
Also, remember the cross-eye thing everyone kept pointing out months ago? People were literally begging her to get Momo's eyes checked, and she kind of brushed it off or stopped posting clear face shots as much. Now suddenly we're talking neurologists and MRIs, and it's like, interesting timing. And yeah, allegedly someone on Jules' side of the family has a seizure history and takes medication for it. So maybe there's a genetic component? Again, we don't know yet. The part that has me the most uneasy, though, is Stephanie's newest video. The one she dropped literally the day after the hospital scare. She's filming in the motel room, baby crawling around barefoot on that nasty floor, chocolate everywhere, jumping on the couch, knife just chilling in the background like it's normal. And the whole time, she's ranting because the school has been pulling her kids aside one-on-one to talk to them. She's mad, like really heated, saying teachers are intimidating them, showing favoritism, telling the kids there are resources to get y'all out of this situation, and that they're doing all this behind her back without calling her first. She even told her children, "Don't let them take you alone into a room." Girl, what?
So I will include that as well in this video, the timestamp, so it gives everybody peace of mind that this is actually getting handled, and there are reports, and there are other content creators too that are reporting. They're just not like uploading it and whatnot and showing us, which is fine, you know. But at least with my videos, you know, everybody officially for a fact like has evidence and knows, so it doesn't matter. It's just for peace and comfort. I don't care about views or likes. I'm not getting paid by all any means. So I am going to have this video though in my drafts just sitting there, because I did upload a video saying that I was about to notify the police and stuff. So, you know, the whole oatmeal and the morning routine video, and then her, you know, going to the laundry and stuff. I don't know if she saw my video or not. I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's watching like every content creator talking about her, because she's a narcissist and she can't handle criticism or anything, and she's probably obsessing right now watching everybody's videos. Either or, I'm just gonna have this video chilling in my drafts for at least an hour, and then I'm just gonna upload it, maybe even longer than that. And the reason why is so that she doesn't necessarily have a heads up, so that she could just be caught off guard for when the Portland Police Department does show up to do a welfare check. But either or, I am not the only content creator who is filing a CPS report and also calling Portland Police Department to do welfare checks. I've had other people tell me that they're doing that as well, and I really encourage that, and that makes me really happy to hear. The more people, you know, ask for welfare checks and whatnot, and the cops can handle that, you know, it doesn't mean that they're going to show up 50,000 times, but, you know, it's just giving them an awareness of how many people are concerned and how big this situation really is. And then also, the more people file CPS reports, the more info CPS is going to get from, you know, different people. And it's probably the same information, but if like 50 people have the same story and are complaining about the same thing, you know what I mean? Then at that point, it doesn't sound like, you know, it's just a speculation from one person. So I highly encourage a lot of people to just file a CPS report and whatnot. That's what their system and that's what they're here for. And yeah, so there's that. I'm going to include all those timestamps and everything. I do need to call IRS, GoFundMe, and then the drive safe. So those are the last three things. And then Monday is when I'm going to update CPS about Drew's live and Bella and Addie saying that. But I don't think I could really think of anything else. If there's anything else you think I should do, definitely in the comment section below. Let me know. Yeah, right now I'm going to go make some lunch for me and my son, and probably draw some more. So it's pretty therapeutic for me and whatnot. But that's basically my update and everything. And I just hope and pray to God that Manovah, you know, gets the proper medical treatment she deserves and gets. And I hope, you know, that this situation with the kids get better, whether that means that the kids are living with Stephanie's mom, which at this point she should, that all the kids should.
First of all, teachers are mandated reporters. If they're pulling kids aside privately, it's probably because they're trying not to embarrass them in front of the whole class, especially when everyone already knows these kids are coming to school in the same mismatched clothes, probably not showered, living out of a single motel room with 7 people. That's trauma, okay? Kids act out when their whole world feels unstable, and cramming that many humans into 400 square feet with no privacy, no routine, no space to just be kids, that does things to their little nervous systems.
I will never,
and I mean never, forgive those of you that made the resilient Jenkins known and gave them that fucking platform. Because why is it always the bad humans that get the most support and get to make all this money just to not do anything with it? There's no way that if I had that platform across all platforms, across all socials, making the kind of money that they make, that I would not have the most amazing home for my kids, a better car. Huh? Like, are we thinking my kids will be going to an amazing school? I will be taking them to do amazing fun things around the world, just culturing them about other things that's happening in this world and showing them how to appreciate and respect other cultures. I just don't understand why dumpster fires is what brings in attention. I just don't get it. These people are the most vile people ever, man. And they get to make all this money to still be in real time neglecting their children.
And honestly, the fact that teachers are taking the time to talk gently, one-on-one, instead of calling these babies out in front of everybody, feels like compassion to me, not intimidation. Some people are convinced this is Stephanie's soft-launching homeschooling, trying to scare the kids away from trusting teachers so she can pull them out completely. And I'm like, you've been homeless for over a year. Where exactly do you plan to homeschool them, babe?
Currently editing the video. I wanted to just rephrase what I was about to say. What I originally said was the reason why I think that they should be removed is because it's not good, to see Atlas, pushing Manovah, and then, I believe Addie, like, hitting her brothers or sisters or something. I wanted to rephrase that. I am currently getting ready. I'm about to go out. I don't think it's healthy for the kids to constantly just see Manovah falling. I don't think that they should just be normalized and think that that's okay. If she falls once to the ground on the floor, ambulance should immediately be called, and that should be like a very tragic, like shocking moment. That should not be normalized. So that's why I think it's better for them to just be with Stephanie's mom at this point, because this is just very concerning. And there are people who are saying on like some ambulance app, I can't say that, apparently like it was never called 2 days ago. So I believe she's fell multiple times, because remember when Manovah started having the cross-eyed and Stephanie was just complete in denial and just shutting everybody down, like her baby's perfectly fine, yeah, so I believe Manovah possibly fell multiple times off the couch and off of the bed.
There's also chatter that these one-on-one talks might not even be regular teachers. Some think it could be social workers or counselors checking in, which would explain why they need to speak to the kids privately. We obviously don't know for sure, but the school is 100% aware of the situation at this point. They see these kids every day. They see the black eyes, remember Deshaun in 2022? The dirty clothes, the exhaustion. They're not dumb. And Stephanie's reaction is just isolating them further, telling them no adult can be trusted except her. That's how you keep kids trapped. It's scary.
And they've just normalized this and stuff and just said, oh, she's fine, she's okay. Once again, Stephanie thinking she's better than a doctor and that she knows everything. So yeah, something happened, something serious happened to the point within like that 2-3 weeks, Manovah's eye like all of a sudden being cross-eyed. I don't think that that's a normal medical issue. I think she fell. And that's also when she switched from, I believe, the bassinet to the sandwich hamburger bed on the floor. And then people are like, bro, what the heck? That's not safe because you're going to be sleeping, and she could easily crawl out and God knows what. Stephanie does not have any sense of when it comes to danger. She does not know how to protect those kids. That's why you see Atlas on Google Maps literally alone in the parking lot. Google Maps literally took a photo, drove by, and Atlas is unattended alone in that parking lot. She has no sense of danger, has no sense of safety or anything like that. That is why you see the knife on the floor. There's millions. That's why you see the pill bottle on the floor under the bed when she's cleaning, doing those stupid cleaning videos.
Then there's the whole, why did Drew take the baby to the hospital if he was the one asleep when it happened thing that people keep asking. Stephanie said she was awake and saw it. Drew was sleeping. But Drew's the one who drove because... reasons? It's weird, but also these people are running on no sleep and chaos 24/7, so who knows? Look, I'm not here to diagnose anybody's kid over the internet. But when you live stream your life and monetize every crisis, people are going to ask questions. When you post maggots on a washcloth one day and then beg for Christmas money the next, people are going to be skeptical. When you reject every single housing resource, job lead, or legitimate help that isn't straight cash, but then a baby ends up in the ER with no clear explanation, people are going to talk.
And she has no sense of safety or danger because she's literally breastfeeding and she's not sober. That is the stupidest thing ever. Like, they can easily drug test all your kids. So even Manovah, so she thought she was safe there. No. So yeah, I'm concerned for those kids, and that Stephanie should not have custody of those kids. I've because of all of that, I've reached that conclusion, especially Manovah multiple times falling off the bed. And then she had that sandwich bed, and then she got backlash, and then Drew literally went on live saying, oh, Stephanie didn't really understand that was unsafe, her being in a travel bed, a dog bed, and that she returned it and she bought a pack and play. Are you kidding me? And that's also the same time when she bought like 2 kitchen appliances, if I can recall. So yeah, that's insane. She does not deserve any of those kids. She doesn't care about those kids. She just cares about the image.
All I know is that sweet baby deserves answers, stability, and a safe place to grow up. Those kids deserve to go to school without feeling like they're walking into a war zone between their mom and the teachers who are just trying to help. I hope whatever tests they're running come back with something treatable and not serious. And I hope someone, somewhere, is making sure these babies are actually okay. Because 5 kids in a motel room for this long is not okay. So Stephanie also posts this whole thing titled, Stuff I Think About That a Lot of People Don't Think I Think About. And honestly, I went in expecting, I don't know, maybe some self-reflection, maybe a light bulb moment. Instead, it turned into the wildest accidental confession hour I've ever seen. Like, she basically laid out every single reason people are screaming at their screens without realizing she was proving everyone's point.
The resilient Jenkins have made a video post Manovah's seizure. And although Stephanie had a lot to say, she didn't have anything to say about Manovah's seizure. Instead, Stephanie made a cleaning video. And throughout this cleaning video, Stephanie said that she's going to start posting them more frequently and start boosting her own revenue off of her cleaning videos. She also went on to address anyone that has anything to say about her gardening. She said even though she's the one that told the internet a few months ago that she decided to start back gardening, it's really none of nobody's business. She said that that's her business, and she said that she could have been baiting people about that. She said she wasn't, but she could have been.
She starts off super soft, all teary-eyed in the motel room, 5 kids running around in the background, and hits us with the text overlay. My kids have one childhood. And then, wait for it, for 3 of them, that childhood is already halfway over. What core memories have I given them? None. Excuse me while I pick my jaw up off the floor because, yeah, that's actually the most honest thing she's said in months. She even admits the most memorable thing they've done in the last 2 years was one camping trip. 1 in 2 years. Girl, that's not a flex. That's heartbreaking. And then she keeps going. I'm constantly worried I'm not contributing enough financially. We've tried to work out me getting a part-time job, but it doesn't fit in our schedule right now. Wait, hold up. Pause. Didn't you literally tell the internet multiple times that you make more from social media than people do at their full-time jobs? So which is it? Because those 2 things cannot coexist. And honestly, at this point, I'm like 99% sure the I make bank online thing was just a story to shut people up because the math has never mathed.
But the caption is what really got me, y'all. Have y'all seen the caption of this video. Stephanie says, listen, I couldn't give a if you don't understand our situation. That just means we're not for you. Oh, but I'm here for the kids? Really? Where's the donations toward our kids then? Stephanie, honey, they're in storage. If you remember, the internet bought out your Amazon wish list multiple times last year. And when you and Drew were evicted from the apartment, you put them in storage. Okay, I hope that clears that part up. Now let's move on. Steph says, this is not a dry bag, a mere call and you're hating bums out. If you feel there's something about our situation that needs fixing, offer solutions, don't be an additional problem. And I worded that exactly how I wanted to. Read it twice if you don't get it. Stephanie, many people have offered solutions to you, fixes to your problems. They've outreached resources to you. They've tried to rent you homes and you blatantly ignore these people.
She goes on this whole rant about how after they finally get a place, the kids are going to need new beds, new dressers, all the kid stuff, because y'all don't understand how far behind we were in the one bedroom. Sweetie, we do. We watched it. We saw the donated mattresses, the dressers people sent, the toys. And then somehow all of that disappeared, and now we're in a motel with 5 kids sleeping like sardines. So what happened to the stuff? Where did it go? Because that's not poverty, that's choices. Then she hits us with the classic, Drew and I don't have a village, it's just the 2 of us. Oh my God. I had to pause and take a lap. You don't have a village because you set the village on fire and then danced in the ashes, babe. Your mom, your brother, multiple family members literally begged to help you. Offered housing, offered to take the kids, offered everything. And you blocked them. You cut them off.
That's probably half the problem the internet has, Steph. She said Drew and her continually talk about how our supporters and those who approach us with understanding and kindness are truly some of the most amazing people out there. We keep going for you guys with the hope that we can one day soon give back to our online fam and community. Please don't mistake my sternness and being done with the bullying as anything but that. I've put up with it for over a year and I'm just done with it. Stephanie, that's probably how your kids feel about being in that motel room. They've put up with it for over 10 months and they're just done with it. And you and Drew refuse to do anything to get them out of that situation. I'm sure those kids have had it. Poor Addie, I know that she's a mama to that baby. And you know, if something happened, that baby under her care, I hope that y'all don't make her feel guilty toward it because it's not her responsibility. Anyway, I love each and every one of my viewers. I'll see y'all in the comments because we have to talk about this one.
You chose Drew over your own blood. That's not no village. That's you torching the village because they told you the truth about your man. And the way she frames social media like it's this holy calling from God. I can't work outside the home right now, but God gave me this opportunity to work from home through social media. Girl. First of all, you posted 2 days ago that you can barely keep up with one account, let alone multiples. Second, if this is your God-given job, why does it look exactly like scrolling and chaos and zero consistency? You're not treating it like a job. You're treating it like a lifestyle, and the kids are paying the price. She casually drops that they almost lost their car, the one thing they actually need to survive, like it's no big deal. Food stamps cover food, the motel is basically covered by assistance, you claim to make all this money online, so how do you almost lose the car? Where is the money going? Air fryers? Gardening supplies? Because the priorities are showing, and they're not showing the kids.
The resilient Jenkins are once again bringing up Deshaun online when they are not supposed to. Now, in the new video that the resilient Jenkins posted of them going to the laundromat, Stephanie is seen putting some water, adding water into the laundry soap because she's trying to make it stretch. And she's saying it was either more laundry soap or a new jacket or a coat for Deshaun. Now, here's my next thing. So, all that money that people donated, where did it go to? Where did it go to? So you're telling me that Deshaun does not have a coat or a jacket? Now, she could be lying. She could very well be lying. And it's like the other day, didn't she just say that she made more money than us, but she can't buy a $20 jacket and laundry soap at the same time? That's crazy. She has got to be on something because I don't even think that she remembers half the things that she says or puts on the internet. Because, girl, you were just bragging about how much money you make on here. And now all of a sudden you can't buy a jacket and laundry soap? I don't know.
And the part that actually made my chest hurt? She's sitting there talking about core memories while completely ignoring that her kids do have core memories. They're just traumatic ones. Evictions, maggots on washcloths, sleeping on floors, watching mom choose a man over stability, being dragged from motel to motel every 28 days, getting yelled at for making normal kid messes, watching their pets disappear. That's their childhood. That's what they're going to remember, not park days or library trips or picnics, because those things are free and she still doesn't do them. Core memories don't need money, they need presence. You could take them to the park across the street and let them run wild for 2 hours, and that would be a core memory. You could do dollar store crafts. You could read them books from the library. You could just sit and play with them without a phone in your face. But instead, we see clips of the kids trying to climb on her for attention, and she's like, "Go away, I'm filming." That's the memory they're making.
The things I showed you? Watch. Look, see? It's inside a plant.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Girl, where are you trying to run off to? You're 4 months old.
Look at this ugly ass smile. This is what happens when you're a piece of shit. You age like spoiled milk.
You're 4 months old, girl, and you're trying to take off. Sophie.
Can I hang out with you for a little? I promise I won't be in the video.
It's not about that. If I'm just going to sit here and conversate with you, then I'm going to have to just turn it back off.
You can still talk to your video.
It's not about that, Eddie. You and your sister need to go find something to do. Go play or go back inside.
Yes.
Girl.
Are you done making videos yet?
Not quite yet. Look, her hair's getting pretty long. Her hair's growing faster than Bubba's.
That's cool.
She looks a ton like you.
At least can you continue your bit?
It's funny how you guys don't ever care that I'm doing something with my phone, except when it's online.
You continue the video, but can we stay here with you?
Nope, I'll go ahead and turn it off.
What?
Yep.
Why?
Because I don't generally have you guys in the lives like that. Okay, I'm gonna go, okay? I'll talk to you guys later.
Then she has the nerve to say, "The steps we've taken since last year do not go unnoticed. Our progress might not be noticeable to the outside world." Progress? What progress? Y'all went from a 1-bedroom apartment, which was chaotic but at least had separate rooms and a kitchen, to a single motel room where 7 people are breathing the same air 24/7. You almost lost the only car. The kids look more exhausted every month. Thanksgiving, they were sitting there with blank faces while you acted like everything was fine. Where is this progress? Because from where I'm sitting, this isn't progress. This is slow motion regression, and you're proud of it. Anyway, that's the tea. I'm still kind of reeling. Drop your thoughts down below. Like, actually, what did you think when she said progress? Where are you watching from? What time is it there? If this one hit you like it hit me, go ahead and leave a like so I know I'm not alone in this. Subscribe, turn on notifications because you know this story keeps going. I love y'all. Be nice to each other in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Mwah!
She needs an EEG or whatever it is. She's supposed to go today because we called yesterday. How's Stephanie? Stephanie's fine, as can be, I guess. So they're not even going to do an EEG right now because since it wasn't super long, like the seizure is what they said, and she came out of it fairly decent. I don't exactly understand what that means because you're still like delirious or whatever. She had another seizure. She's still kind of delirious. I don't know exactly what that means, but they said all the brain whatever is still fizzing. I'll explain in a minute. Hold on. Why'd you open it? What was I saying? Sorry, I got the kids here too. Yeah, all of her brain, whatever, is still fizzing or whatever. So they said it's gonna take a couple days for that, whatever, to calm down, I guess. And then they're going to, yeah, I don't know. So the fizzing, I wasn't there. That's not a medical term. No, it's not a medical term, and I am not good with medical terms, so I'm just doing the best I can. If you guys want info, then just take it as is. Yes, my daughter is okay. So I don't know exactly. Again, I had just got done cleaning. She just got back from doing laundry. She was just going through some laundry on the bed. I just got done cleaning. Honey, don't worry about it right now. We'll fold clothes whenever. Go get something to eat. So anyway, she was just chilling on the couch, just standing up. I just got done cleaning, and I was what was I doing? I think I was just zoned out for a minute. Because I just got done cleaning for the past couple hours, and it was just chilling, relaxing, and then Babe was like, "Oh, she's having another seizure." And I'm like, "Okay." And yeah, she's just on the floor again. No, I was napping Tuesday. That was the first one. Oh, sorry. Let me catch up on comments. No, she went to the hospital on Tuesday as well. No, she's not falling off the couch. There's no thuds. There's none of that. Hey. What the heck, guys? Hey, hold on. Sorry, they're just getting into stuff.
Then Drew hops on live, acting like everything's casual, showing new photos of the baby in the hospital. But half the internet is like, wait, didn't we see that same onesie and that same bald spot last month when Drew allegedly had his own seizure? The baby's hair is literally doing time travel. One video, she's got a full head. The next, she's serving chemotherapy chic. Then poof, it's back. Pick a timeline, babe.
Yeah, the baby's in the hospital. No, you cannot talk to Addie. What the hell? You guys are weird. You cannot talk to my children. Yep, so, yeah, I don't know if the baby fell off the bed, because I wasn't here. But if you're not going to accept it, you can just be peaced out. I don't really care. That's just weird energy. I'm telling you guys what's going on. You want to be weird about it. No, the baby's in the hospital. No. What is that? Oh. There's literally crumbs in the bag, and all right, I will get off this live if people will attempt to tell me what to do on my live. The reason we have a certain rule about things because they won't eat their dinner. So this is not what the live is about. The live's about the baby. So if you guys, hey, I will. Yep, there's one. See ya, Freckles. Oh, I'll get off the live. I don't care. The live. Hold on, honey. The live is about me and the baby. It's not about what you guys want. I will let you guys know about that. Oh no, I don't need to turn off the comments. I don't care about the comments. They will just know. Anyway, she's okay. Yeah, she had 2 seizures this week. One on Tuesday, one today. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. All these people that want to talk all the crazy online, they know they won't talk crazy in my face. And I've seen 1,000 people, thousands and thousands of people. Anyway, that's not what the life's about. She's doing okay. She's at the hospital. Anyway, yeah, Steph and Manovah went in the ambulance. Yeah, she called 911. Do they have any? No, they're not sure. They're gonna do tests in a couple days after. I don't know. What would you guys like me to call it? The stuff that's going on in her brain after that calms down. Whatever you guys want to call that, let me know. Then they're gonna do a couple tests, the EEG test after a couple days. I'm assuming she'll come back home today. Tuesday evening, I was sleeping for work. Before I had to go to work, probably like, I was sleeping from like 6 to 9 or whatever. And so I had to call out, of course. I'm more confused on how the hospital isn't doing more testing. Laura, I'm not exactly sure about hospital anything myself. They just said when the seizure activity in the brain slows down, because they said it keeps, once it happens, it keeps going for a couple days. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I don't know. That's how it is. That's what they said. So it's, she said that they said in a couple days. Okay, we just got confirmation. EEG through primary. I mean, it's supposed to be today, but she had a seizure today. Bubba, what do you? Oh, you want your bear here? Come here. Can we wait till dinner? I think Cheerios and all that kind of stuff is going to be. No, it's not. It's not about too much. What, I'm not sure what you guys want for dinner, but I'll figure it out. Figure it out in a little bit. You guys go home and eat the house up before dinner. Then don't eat dinner. Did I see? Yes, I saw the seizure happen. Steph called me and I turned around and. Why? She's at the Children's Hospital. It's not 8 p.m. It's 4:49. DOM. No, it's 4:49.
And speaking of timelines, Stephanie posted a video this morning, Friday, I guess the 5th, just breezing through laundry, acting like the past 48 hours never happened. No update on the baby, no she's home, no tests came back, nothing. Just, good morning, besties, butt ton of laundry to do. While the comment sections are going feral, trying to figure out if her child is even okay. The switch up is dizzying.
I don't know where you guys are, but it's 4:49 here. You guys are on the other side of the country or something like that. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. That's why we're just getting to dinner time. And people are like, feed them. No, they just had a little bit of snacks. No, we don't have supper till about 6 o'clock, 6:30, because if we have it too early, then they get hungry again, which is fine, but they get so picky sometimes. So anyway, no, ordering pizza is so expensive, Monica. Literally, we have pizza in the freezer. Yeah, people don't understand time zones. People don't understand a lot of things. I feel that goes. There's so many things that falls in line too. Ordering pizza costs a lot, Monica. I would say like $20-25 for just one pie. They don't eat it, Dom. They don't eat it. No, yes, those they don't really like those places. I do apologize. Make homemade pizza. If I had a decent oven, they don't like that pizza. They rather have frozen. Anyway, the baby's at the hospital. What? Just yeah, they don't like it. I'm sorry to say, but they don't like either of those places. I do certain things that when I kind of feel like it, and they want to watch some TV right now, so yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to stop here because I could honestly talk about this for another hour, and I don't want to beat a dead horse. I just hope the baby is okay. Like, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I hope she's home and safe and healthy now, and that whatever caused these seizures gets figured out and fixed. These kids deserve stability and safety, and parents who put phones down when it matters. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Jenkins family right now. Let me know what you think down in the comments. No bullying, obviously, but tell me your theories. Tell me what you've seen on live, whatever. And of course, tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there, because I'm obsessed with knowing. Hit that like button if you made it this far, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the bell so you don't miss the next tea, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Mwah.